was hungry. I went to ring and I was training five hours a day. I was punching non-stop. I was hungry. I know it's my fault. It's not because he's better than me, you know. And I prove it. I become undisputed champion, knock out everyone on a way. I was waiting for this fight in 6 years, since 2007. I was waiting for my rematch. I'm ready for him. I know his weaknesses, I know what he's able to do, and I know he's scared. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna upset him, and I will knock him out. I made him, he was no one, and he became name after beating me. Every fight he was fighting, he matching my name. Now I'm gonna destroy him, I'm gonna send him retirement. And he's ready for retirement. I knock him out, you see.
125 and 1/4 pounds. As a professional, 31 victories, including 20 knockouts. Only 2 defeats. From Taliban, Bohol, Philippines, the 4-time world champion, former flyweight, super flyweight, bantamweight, and super bantamweight champion of the world, the Filipino Flash, Nonito.
Darchinyan wants to find out right here if Donaire still wants to be a fighter.
Is, he says, helping to rejuvenate some of the old fighters. Steve Weisfeld, tell us about the referee, Lawrence Cole.
We last saw Lawrence Cole referee Crawford and method, but it's worked for Lawrence in the past.
Close. It's not good for the refs to just knock their hands down. They want the refs to break it up so they can...
Because that guy's trying not to engage in the point.
He doesn't mean that personally he didn't know who he was. Now he knows, he's definitely sure who he's in the ring with, and he knows that he has to be very...
Since then, that's mostly a function of the fact, and fought all the best fighters in the world, won some, which is usually what happens.
Yeah, and some of them, you know, or like the Japanese fighter that he fought in Cruz, against whom he was up against it to begin with.
Sure.
Just tough matches for him.
And 4 fights out of 45, or 5 out of 45 altogether ain't bad.
Hard left hand by Darchinyan. Donaire fires a right hand back on his own. Numbers in the first round. Neither fighter was very active. Donaire was 9 of 22. Darchinyan 5 of 21. Darchinyan warmed up in the last minute of the round, landing 4 of those 5 shots.
Darchinyan back.
Guy out of position or faint enough so that he can...
This is not just because they both have power, which they do. It's that there's a lot each guy. They don't want to be...
Body shot by Donaire.
Plus, as hard as both of these guys punch, one mistake could cost you the fight.
Darchinyan having a lot of success with that left.
So they're relearning each other, and they are 14.
Donaire, as the years went by, became more and more of a puncher and less of a boxer.
He just hurt Darchinyan. Just hurt Darchinyan pretty bad.
The left hook.
Yes, hurt him real bad.
Wanting to get back to the boxing to set up the power punches.
Donaire's heavy hands, it didn't even look like that big a shot.
It didn't look time. He has good extension on all of his punches. Oh!
Hard right hand by Donaire. Backs Darchinyan up. You got 44 seconds to go in the round.
By Darchinyan.
Darchinyan to fight his way out of it. 2 hard left hands, momentarily wobbling Donaire. Both fighters have been hurt in the second round.
A guy throwing big left hands.
Southpaw against a conventional fighter, and Darchinyan lands another one of those whipping left hands. Pattern is emerging. Donaire seems to control the first 2 minutes of the round. Darchinyan comes back in the last minute of the round.
Left hands. Donaire's left hook off the...
To Darchinyan's quick hands. Darchinyan has very quick hands, and that's what makes him so powerful. Not to mention that he is a strong physical guy, because he does like 1,000 push-ups.
2,000 push-ups per day.
So he's high, but the speed on the power on the punches is what makes him so dangerous. So the guy's reflexes often look a little slower.
Recently, I've read that the push-up is an overrated exercise. If you do 2,000 a day, I don't.
Experienced fighter. He doesn't look getting his punches home, Darchinyan, and he's been waiting 6 years for this.
Patience here because it's not like him.
From Darchinyan, straight left hand. Left.
Darchinyan so took that he hasn't really followed his
That is, he's looking for the left hook, and he ended up getting hurt with the right hand already tonight. He can't jump in like that.
Counter left hook lands again for Donaire.
That's what got him knocked out the first fight.
And the name, J-A-R-E-L, is an acronym for...
Donaire edged Darchinyan every round by being busier. One more comment on the first fight. On the official scorecards, Andrade needed the last 4 rounds, and that's what he got.
That, Steve, and again, the scorecard which had Martirosyan as the winner was unfortunate, and it's good that Andrade got proper scoring from the other 2 judges. To win a 154-pound title fight, to score, and I could certainly imagine 1 or 2 of them being scored for Darchinyan.
That with Nonito coming in the heavy favorite every time Darchinyan lands some fewer because it's less expected.
Well, Steve said that he scored the rounds for Donaire because, yeah, he's more active, but not by a wide margin. So bringing down the house with activity in there. There's a lot of waiting and looking, and that lands for Darchinyan.
And we don't have to really worry about the scoring anyway because Darchinyan is planning on trying to knock Donaire out. So somebody...
Roy, when there's a sense that Donaire is at a bigger deal in his mind than...
I'll just say that it's just the respect of knowing how hard a guy like Darchinyan can punch.
Now Donaire seems to relax a little bit, but he missed with the 1-2. Now
there
he lands
there it is. That hook that hurt him right there. There it is.
Left hook.
There it is, right there.
Darchinyan's trying to fight right back. Now the fight breaks out.
Those were some enormous shots they traded at the end of that round.
Really landed in a good spot.
CompuBox found both fighters landing only 7 punches in the 4th round. Donaire 7 out of 31, Darchinyan 7 out of 38. And we move to round number 5. Note that it's scheduled only for 10.
Over Robert Garcia and team 2 separate sets of instructions.
Trust me, if it's Donaire that I know, he's going to listen to his father first because his father was with him when he beat Darchinyan in the first. That Robert Garcia is not good, but his confidence...
3 fights on the card this evening. In the first one, already Andrade got a split decision victory over Martirosyan to pick up in Bridgeport, Connecticut, where Donaire won with what was seen then
than we've seen in the last several years, meaning
committed as he used to be. And Darchinyan instead is waiting and waiting.
Because Darchinyan learned the first fight that if you go out there and go at Donaire and leave yourself open while you're at him, you'll find yourself on a stretcher leaving the arena. So stupid, he learned from his first fight.
More than anything, Donaire is a puncher.
That's exactly right. Like that right there. If you run in there on one of those shots, you're going to have...
Of our experts, right on point in exposing why I was wrong to expect In a moment, we'll show you the 2 fighters who are coming up in the main event. And Darchinyan knocks Donaire back into the ropes with a left hand. Dropped the right hand as Darchinyan was delivering the left. Donaire with Darchinyan, I should say, with a 9-5 edge in the 5th round in landed punches. That's the first time in the fight that Darchinyan has landed more than Donaire.
He's wary of the things he should worry about Darchinyan, but he's not scared of Donaire. And he is asking of Donaire, do you still want to be a fighter?
Magnitude, because he knew that this fight would push him and make him find out and have to dig in, go to the bottom of the pits.
And wrote about the fight, started with the presumption that Darchinyan's made to order in his career, erasing the disappointment of the Rigondeaux loss. So
if that does happen, you knew it was going to be
very good for him.
That's what I was trying to say.
But the difficulty of getting...
First time that Donaire and Darchinyan have been in the 6th round together.
He does not show up to lose. Especially against Nonito, to avenge that defeat.
Much speed on his punches. as Darchinyan.
Off a loss where he's been undressed.
Oh, good shot.
Right in there.
Tremendous exchange right there.
This is where it's dangerous right here. When he wants to just run in without thinking, he's susceptible to get caught with a counter punch coming straight in.
CompuBox numbers through the 6th round show that both Donaire and Darchinyan have connected on exactly the same number of power punches.
Darchinyan was coming forward, pressing the action.
Would you agree with that?
I definitely agree, especially as you said, the first 3 rounds and the 6th round was close too.
I think that demonstrates it's a difficult
punches. Then step aside.
You mentioned before the Rigondeaux fight, Donaire hardly lost. Matabula was the exception. He actually won some rounds from Donaire. Getting hit cleanly and losing some rounds.
I think he's beginning to find the combination that he keep coming back now to the straight right hand followed by the left.
That's the way to do it for him. The right hand is then the left hook, because just to lead left hook ain't getting it done.
For your high school team.
Donaire was loaded here. Not very active, not really pumping out a jab. Looking to Darchinyan running in with one power shot. He's a fighter experiencing something new in his career, Donaire. Coming off a loss with a new young family. Looking for the passion that he had not long ago.
21 punches in the 7th round. Darchinyan 5 out of 35. Each of them landing only 4 power shots. They've been very sparing in their punch output throughout the fight. By the way.
Now Donaire back up on his toes. You know, in a 10-round fight with a lot of rounds close to score, this has a kind of drawish feel. One of these guys want to take control here.
Round period, it was Donaire's father who asked him to throw more punches, who pleaded with him to throw more punches.
Can get him to listen.
Donaire was always dressed up, a puncher dressed up as a boxer a bit. He did have fast hands. It was never that his athleticism and punching power, but he did boxing guys.
He has item to watch. He still has power in both hands.
Garcia trains in Oxnard, California, in the same camp with Brandon Rios. Rios hasn't yet taken off for his upcoming fight with Manny Pacquiao, so 5 after this fight is over and before the...
Saw from Golovkin. He's constantly trying to open up the other fighter to get those fighter who's fallen in love with his power and gotten a little...
That's Donaire's criticism of Donaire. He him's one punch, the way he did against Darchinyan 6 years ago. The way he did against Fernando.
There we go, good. Come on. I'm gonna give you 3 minutes.
Obviously last week.
It wasn't saying to Donaire, don't give this away.
Because the southpaw fighting a right hander is the hardest dude to fight because of the style.
Good left hook by Donaire. Look. Just missed, slightly short. Straight right hand, followed by the left hook again.
Oh, good uppercut by there he is.
Down goes Darchinyan. Set up by the combination earlier in the round. And it looks like that's gonna bail Donaire out.
The same left hook.
Darchinyan never got his leg, but he was still throwing bombs at Donaire.
Right hand again. Here comes the left hook. Straight right hand, left hook. His legs.
He has no legs.
Doesn't have them. Backs into the ropes.
They need to stop it because he's done.
Donaire's going to set up another left hook. Oh, it's a thunderous right cross. And a left hook. And an uppercut. And Lawrence Cole's going to stop the fight.
Donaire needed to come up with something big there, not just to ensure himself a victory in a close competitive fight, but to make a statement, to maybe exercise the demons of the Rigondeaux fight. He came up with it.
Overhand left, but he stayed low as he threw his overhand left, and it allowed him to miss getting caught with the left hook counter. Donaire landed 1-2 combination, a beautiful straight right hand to the jaw that really hurt Big Darchinyan. But right off of it, Big landed that same overhand left and stayed low, which allowed him to slip Donaire's left hook. Donaire come catch Darchinyan with that hook high on the head. Had it been a little bit lower, it would have been much more devastating. But then Darchinyan fires back with his own left, and Donaire countered with a hook. And they just did some perfect exchanging at the end. Catch Donaire trying to counter the left hand with his hook, and the overhand left is landing first, and Darchinyan is staying low and slipping the counter left hook. He's been doing that all night long. Donaire has to either step out and counter that left with a right hand or do something different.
Roy Jones.
Here Donaire, he got caught with a left uppercut and a right hook, but he kept on the attack. He sticks the left hook right over the jab, and that's why Darchinyan didn't want to throw the jab too much, because it left him open for the left hook.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee calls a halt to the contest at 2 minutes and 6 seconds of round number 9. The winner by TKO victory. The Flash is back. The Filipino Flash Nonito.
Yeah, he threw a left uppercut right here. A beautiful uppercut. He threw an overhand left to set him up. Now he changed to an uppercut instead of overhand left, and Darchinyan was not ready for that point. But at that time,